you have a lot of energy. Maybe you could just stay in one place?
Anything. Just call my name and I'm here for you.
Inside Out 2 took a new route from the original film, giving the story an antagonist for joy and the other core emotions. While it's true that every emotion has a purpose and reason for helping Riley, some can become harmful if they are allowed to dictate everything about her life. Which is what happened when anxiety overtook headquarters, causing Riley to lose her sense of self, allowing her to become overwhelmed with intense negative emotions and thoughts. By the film's end, anxiety's attempt to help Riley led to her questioning her self-worth, something she doesn't completely recover from as she builds a new sense of self influenced by all her emotions, good and bad, with Riley reaching a new understanding about herself. At the same time, on the cusp of starting high school, the stage has been set for a third film in the franchise, following the next chapter of Riley's life. However, the possibility of a third film leaves fans wondering if the next story will have an antagonist too. In today's video, we'll discuss who the next antagonist could be.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I am just such a huge fan of yours, and now...
Number 1. Gloom. In the early concepts for the original Inside Out, there was supposed to be a visible antagonist that made things difficult for Riley. The character Gloom was initially created to exist like the other emotions, with his purpose having the opposite function of joy. He's to make Riley feel bad or unhappy about her situation, and we see plenty of his influence in the first film. Even though he doesn't have a physical form like the other characters, instead of an emotion dressed in a suit and bathed in gray monochrome, he became a shadowy force with a looming darkness over headquarters. Gloom's most relevant influence in the film is toward the end, after Riley runs away from home and boards the bus to Minnesota. When anger and the other emotions try to stop Riley from running away, the control panel goes dark, preventing them from connecting with her and influencing her actions. Supposedly, Gloom is responsible for the twist, enhancing Riley's negative feelings and making her become disconnected from her other feelings. Since anxiety is the primary antagonist of the sequel, Gloom doesn't have the opportunity to make an appearance. However, many locations in Riley's mind have lost their light and color, including Imagination Land. Gloom may have hidden in wait, slowly overtaking other areas in Riley's mind as the situation in headquarters becomes more precarious. He may have had his chance to strike if Joy hadn't saved Riley from her panic attack. If he appeared in the third film, his character would have waited many years for the perfect moment to make himself known.
Brilliant! I know it's brilliant, do it!
Nothing's working. Why isn't it working? Let me try.
Hey, you broke it!
Number 2. Envy. The new emotions introduced during Inside Out 2 supported anxiety's plan, believing that Riley needed to change to befriend the Firehawks and make it through high school. However, envy played a prominent role in the film, acting as anxiety's right-hand man and confidant as they maneuvered Riley through her 3 days of hockey camp. Envy never doubted that Riley needed to change herself to make new friends and supported anxiety's numerous plans, like recreating her sense of self, breaking into Coach Roberts' office, and giving her all in the last hockey game. Envy's cooperation likely stems from her feelings of jealousy and her desperation to be like others. She often compares herself to the other emotions, wishing she looked like disgust and that she made plans like anxiety. She enforces these same feelings on Riley, even though some are subtle. For example, Riley tries to seem cooler by guessing the type of music the Firehawks like, believing her answer could make her more likable. Envy also influences Riley to dye her hair, changing her appearance to fit in with the Firehawks, who represent their team with red streaks in their hair. While Riley should embrace her true self, everyone feels envious occasionally, especially teenagers and young adults who are still learning who they are. Now that Riley's in high school, Envy may find herself comparing Riley to her peers, leading into a story about self-acceptance and worth in the third film. Unfortunately, Riley's desire to become like her new friends and classmates may turn Envy into the film's antagonist.
Oh, we should ask God lots of questions. People love talking about themselves.
Number 3. Anxiety. As the main antagonist of the sequel, anxiety became a big problem for Riley and her core emotions. Her influence was enough to lock Riley's feelings away, destroy her sense of self, and make her commit actions she would never have done in the past. While anxiety has good intentions, as her sole purpose is to protect Riley from potentially hurtful and dangerous situations, she does more harm than good throughout the film. She convinces Riley to abandon her best friends in the name of self-preservation, believing she needs to ensure Riley has a new group of friends before high school begins. To ensure her plans are successful, anxiety forces Riley to abandon her morals, the traits she values most about herself. By the film's end, Riley changed from believing she was an excellent person to claiming she wasn't good enough. Unfortunately, her self-image changed forever, as Riley learned that she may not always do the right thing and make mistakes. Despite the core emotions returning to headquarters to help Riley, the new emotions don't leave. Now that all 9 emotions reside in headquarters, things may become more hectic in the third film. Currently, Joy and the others have found ways to help Anxiety manage her tense feelings. They recognize that her concerns and worries are based on things that may happen in the future and decide to worry about them at the moment if the situation occurs. They send Anxiety to a cozy corner in headquarters where she can relax in an armchair with tea. However, anyone with anxiety knows that it doesn't go away and can be triggered without warning. It's possible that another change in Riley's life could have Anxiety reaching for the control panel.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Party time with Val and our future besties.
Number 4. New emotions. Instead of one of the old emotions turning against Riley or overthrowing the others, the third film may allow the same trend as the second, introducing new emotions into the franchise. Since Riley gains new emotions as she ages and experiences new situations, it makes sense that she will begin to change and feel differently as she moves through high school, college, and adult life. While some emotions may fall on the positive side of the scale, others may come with complications or alter her life altogether, similar to the way Anxiety did. When the creative team was outlining the concept for Inside Out, they had a list of emotions they wanted in the story who didn't make the final cut. Some of them, like envy, found a place in the sequel. So it's likely that more of the cut emotions will appear in the third film. Emotions like shame, pride, and greed all have great narrative potential, especially as antagonists. They could encourage Riley to become a new version of herself, overcome with intense emotional feelings and reactions. She could feel ashamed of her past actions, allowing them to overtake her mind and cloud her judgments. She could also worry about losing opportunities, as she does in the sequel. For example, greed may make her sabotage other players if she feels her position on the team becomes threatened, leading her to hurting others or hogging the rink.
She's got this.
She's got us. Oh, yeah, right?
Number 5. Riley's biggest secret. The emotions are the only characters who live in Riley's mind. She has a whole world where unique locations and entities live based on many ideas and thoughts that run through her mind. Many of her mind's locations, like long-term memory, dream productions, and the secret vault, are managed by mind workers, who keep everything running smoothly. Other characters introduced throughout the franchise include imaginary friends, fictional crushes, and beloved cartoon characters. While any of them could become the next antagonist, it's more likely that Riley's most prominent secret could become an antagonist in the next film. When we meet her most well-kept secret in the sequel, they're desperate to remain hidden in the vault until Joy frees them. However, Riley may have more than one hidden secret in the vault, as there are many unexplored doors. It's possible that her deepest, darkest secret isn't one that she's let out, even if keeping it hidden does more harm than good.
Great job, Dark Secret. Now it's your turn to help us.
While it's true that all emotions serve a purpose when helping Riley, not one of them should have primary control of her life, dictating her friendships, choices, and overall personality. Although Anxiety had good intentions in trying to help Riley join the Firehawks, she allowed her to abandon essential parts of herself along the way. Whenever one emotion takes over headquarters or overtakes the control panel, they will always risk harming Riley, making them a temporary adversary for the other emotions to face. In the next film, anyone could take on that role. From old emotions to new characters we've yet to meet, potentially bringing a new dynamic to Riley's emotional landscape.
Fear protects her from the scary stuff she can see, and my job is to protect her from the scary stuff she can't see.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
An exclusive invitation. Let's go in. Really? Definitely. It'll be fun.